What is it?
All right, I think we are live. I'm afraid. I don't even want to open this.
No, it's gorgeous. It's a nice white label.
It's Evan Williams.
Let me unscrew the top.
Wait a minute. We're not going to go opposite, are we?
Wait, do we have sound? We've had no sound.
No. See, the
start
sound
right
is moving.
Should
Sound
I
means we have sound.
Should I make sure
We
that
have no
sound?
people watching, which is
It's because we went Wednesday and they didn't. We did it last week and they've been starved for Barrel Buddies.
They have been everybody starved.
I put out the Insta earlier today.
Put up those socials.
That's right. So tonight, Wednesday, 7 p.m.
Actually, I'm pleasantly surprised.
I think
Really?
it will be.
Good smelling, huh?
Well, welcome to the Barrel Buddies.
I'm James.
I'm Zach.
And I'm BJ. This is your weekly show where we unbox a barrel-aged spirit, typically bourbon and whiskey, to tell you what you should go try and what you should go buy. So tonight we've got a head-to-head challenge. We're bringing you in our back-to-basic shows, Evan Williams.
I have never had Evan Williams.
Evan Williams.
Have you guys?
Williams.
Evan
Williams?
You've never had this?
I've never.
Quail Force?
Evan Williams has been my pantry bourbon until Wild Turkey 101 show.
Oh,
Wow.
So this was my go-to, just make a highball and drink cheap.
Yeah.
We'll talk about value here in a little bit, but Evan Williams, the black label, the original. They call it Kentucky's first distiller because it was the first distillery of note in Louisville, Kentucky.
Now, is that a whiskey or a bourbon?
This is a bourbon.
You just said bourbon.
It is a 4-year aged bourbon with the typical bourbon mash. That's a 51%, at least 51% corn, barley, and rye. And I don't know the exact mash bill on Evans, but it is a official bourbon, which means it's over that 51%. Jamba is really creeping me out.
Jamba is watching you. You are a very interesting person.
She's
People,
very interesting.
yeah, even animals want to listen to you.
Hey, even animals love Barrel Buddies. So welcome. We're glad you came back. So never had Evan.
Never.
Unreal.
Never had Evan.
Never had Evan. Unreal. So we've got the two. We've got the original Evan, and then we've got the Evan Williams bottled in bond, which is bottled under the supervision of the government. James, you know a little bit about bottled in bond stuff.
Yes. So during Prohibition and post-Prohibition, well, more so around Prohibition time, a lot of people were just bottling basically colored water. So the government stepped in and worked with the bourbon industry and decided to create an actual bottle in bond, very similar to champagne, right? So you can't have champagne on your bottle unless it's from the Champagne region of France and it meets certain standards. So bottle in bond has a set of specific standards, and it's a government issued decree that you can put it on your bottles and say bottle in bond by the U.S. government. I think it says that somewhere.
It does.
Yeah, bottled under U.S. government supervision. So perfect.
Yeah, that's
so
right.
There you go.
Very cool.
Some chat action here real quick. Red Beards, welcome. Cheers all dram of the evening is his Macallan edition 6, and it's meh.
I'm sorry to hear that.
I've heard kind of the same thing. Not so much on 6, but some of the prior editions. So
I did a sherry cask Macallan last week.
Lost
That was
interest.
man.
Yeah. Patrick Curry says Barrel Buddies. I heard through the grapevine about Patrick Curry.
What'd you hear?
I hear today is a celebration.
Today is
Special
Patrick's
day.
birthday, so let's all cheers up to Patrick here.
We're gonna pour. So we're going back to our basic show. We have Evan Williams tonight, and we're gonna start with the Evan Williams Black.
And I'll tell you this, I'm pretty sure Patrick has got Evan Williams. If he doesn't have Evan Williams, he has America's #1 selling whiskey, which is Jim Beam.
So I've never had this, and I'm a little scared.
This is America's #2 selling bourbon.
That screw cap action.
Don't be sad about that.
I'm not sad about it. Just
But
that locks
to
in-
Patrick Curry, happy birthday, buddy.
happy birthday,
Cheers.
Patrick. Happy birthday. Cheers.
Long here.
See, you have no reason to be scared.
Randy in the chat says good memories with Evan Williams.
Evan's a pal. Here's the fun thing. So I think that when I first started drinking Evan Williams, I did so because its value is very high. High value on Evan Williams. And I thought it was knockoff Jack Daniels. But got to remind everybody here, Evan Williams, it's a bourbon. It's on the Bourbon Trail. It is distilled in Louisville. It is bottled in Bardstown. So this is a big deal. And Jack Daniels is not a bourbon. It is a Tennessee whiskey.
Exactly.
So not
Now,
the same thing.
This is a Heaven Hill product?
This is a Heaven Hill product.
Come on.
This is Heaven Hill juice.
If the majority of the secondary market knew that, and I'm surprised this doesn't fly off the shelves. So
$8.99. It's flying off the shelves. $8.99.
What a deal.
43%.
It's a high value.
For our friends out there, 86 proof, coming in at 43% alcohol. So I expect this to be pretty mellow and tame, but I'm getting a really good smell, a really good nose.
What are you getting out of the nose there?
So I'm getting a little bit of spearmint and apple.
I like that. I like the apple. Apple is a good
green
call
apple,
out.
like a green apple where it's like, and a little bit of mint, like spearmint gum and
a little
apple.
hint of mint.
And then sweet. I just kind of get sweetness. Like,
I'm getting sweet honey.
okay.
Maybe mistaken for apple. I don't know. It's but it's like
Apple bomb.
Yeah, just
this is like.
I never
spelled
thought
for
about
it.
it
Maybe
before.
like an apple pear.
I like an apple pear, but definitely a juicy green apple, like very apple.
That is not a bobcat. That is Jamba. Jamba the we don't even have a nickname for her. Jamba the Bourbon cat.
It's Jamba the Bobcat.
She's
Jamba
not
the
a
Bobcat.
bobcat though.
She is tonight.
It's with the little.
She's all hackled up. I know. What's up, Jambu? Jamba is
What is this weird like tuft that like?
She got all hackled. She saw her reflection and she.
Oh.
She's just not put it back yet.
Claws came out.
All right.
She's
She
chilling.
kind of hissed. All right, let's get into this a little bit, huh?
Yeah, I need to get into it here.
All right. Yeah, apple lead.
Here, we're getting quite the purr. Let's see if we can get the purr on cam here. Can you purr into the camera or the mic? Do we get any purr?
40% alcohol, but there's a lot of burn in that, which means that there's a lot of barrel. We're getting a lot of barrel action.
Yeah.
I get some burn in that, at least on my first palate here. I don't know what's going to happen in the second. Remember, we always taste our spirits how many times?
3 times.
Why?
So the first sip, you're going to get the ethanol burn.
Yeah.
Right?
Shock to the palate.
Shock to the palate. You're not
Definitely
really
got
gonna,
that.
Yeah, you're not really going to understand the underlying flavors until the second and third sip. So second sip, you get a little bit further in. Third sip, you're really going to taste what's in the whiskey / bourbon.
So I just went back to my second.
They can hear her purring. So she's
She's
super
happy.
Yeah, she's purring away. So
She's really been on the show. Like the last 4 episodes, she's really made a presence.
Yeah, I think stardom is getting to her.
If anything, like we're gonna get viewership and famous from just having Jamba on the show.
Yeah.
People are gonna be like, Bourbon Cats, greatest show ever.
Bourbon Cats.
Bourbon Cats.
Cats.
Hey, like, subscribe, and share.
Bourbon Cats.
Hashtag Bourbon Cats.
Hashtag Bourbon
Bourbon
Cats.
I'm getting a little bit of, I don't know if it's like cinnamon? It tastes
Okay.
cinnamony. I don't
I
know
think
if
it's earth. I think
Yeah.
you're getting an earthiness. I don't.
But like
cinnamon
maybe peppery. I'm
Yeah.
trying to think if I'm mistaking that for the ethanol burner now.
Jamba
I
is
don't know.
17 years young, by the way, for people that were asking before. I think that came up in a
So
prior
watch
show.
your mouth there, Patrick. Jeez, there's a lady present.
I'm digging this. I'm going to tell you right now, like I haven't gotten to a lot of my flavor profile, but what's the price of this again?
So, high value.
BJ didn't believe me when I was like, I think it's about this much.
No, that can't be right. No, he was right. So, for this little 750 of original Evan,
Yep.
$8.99 plus tax.
Woo!
High value. This is why it was my pantry bourbon.
How long is this aged for?
4 years. This is a minimum of a 4-year aging process.
It's a 4-year aged Heaven Hill product that is solid.
Yeah.
right?
I'm
And
liking it.
I'm going to give a shout out too. I don't think he's watching, but hopefully he'll catch the.
Safi says hi, everybody.
What's
Hi,
up, Safi? I'm going to give a shout out to Chris Conrad Sr. because he's who really turned me on to Evan.
Big Evans guy.
Yeah, Senior's a big Evans guy. This is his. He does this and he does soda water. So like club
Cuts it a
soda.
little bit. Okay.
He does a little shot and then club soda.
I got a little sparkling.
Classic.
But it's lime. I don't want to put the lime.
You don't want to put the lime. Oh,
Lime in
but
the
wait.
coconut.
Ooh.
Oh, you can give me a little
Can
splash.
I got a little
Can I
splash
dabble?
of Pellegrino.
Just a splash.
Yeah, I think I'll take a little too.
Take a little something there.
This seems like something that is going to taste quite a bit different.
As BoJack Horseman says, we drink whiskey and water so we don't have a hangover tomorrow.
That's great. It's great.
And I think it really brings out the sweetness. A
does.
lot of sweetness.
Actually,
Lots of
I like it
sweetness.
cut better, I think.
Really sweet.
Yeah.
This is a phenomenal mixer. Right off the
Oh,
bat.
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what we always use it for. We don't drink this straight.
Redbeards is going on a little bit with about the Macallan Edition 6. Long John Donut, vanilla frosty note on the nose, but it's so faint on the palate, and for $139 price, it's meh. Oh yeah, for sure. At $139 price point, we're drinking a $9 Kentucky bourbon over here, and it's blowing my mind. So I can only imagine.
Can I tell you?
Unfortunately, being
Wait.
sad
Can you
of
please
spending
read
that much
Patrick
money.
Curry's comment?
Here, kitty, kitty, who brought the pussy to boys' night?
Whoa, wrong one.
Hey, it's in the chat. It's
Whoa.
in the chat. It's in the chat. This is an adults-only show.
No.
Kids should not be watching.
Here, kitty, kitty. So that's our fun code word for when we're getting a little too sauced at home with the family. If you're hanging out and you're getting a little too much,
I just
always
tell
go,
you-
"Oh, here, kitty, 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 kitty."
I just tell you to get it together.
You do.
And
Yes.
a big pointless stare.
I give them the point.
Get it together now.
It'll either be get it together or pull it together.
I like pull it together better because it makes me want to lose it. It makes me
Yeah,
want to
because
just
then you'll start like
because I'm like
you want to start laughing.
yeah, I want to just start
What's
dying.
going to trigger him? What's going to trigger
I'm
him?
like, ooh, what can I do next? Yeah, so I think this is good. Flavor profiles, yeah, I don't get as much as the juicy apple on the flavor profile. Very sweet. I think there's some really nice sweet notes here.
Listen, for a $9 bottle, which you can get everywhere.
It is kind of caramel appley though.
Yes.
Not like a Clyde's May, but
Yeah, I mean, it's not like. So I'm getting like green apple. Like if you smell a green apple, this is that taste. Like it's just a good subtle green apple, a little bit of sweetness. It's not like overly complex. I may be only picking out maybe 3 to 5 major smells, and that's it.
but it's solid.
It's solid. It holds it holds itself on its own. Like I can just drink that, and it's good. I would love to mix it. We had it with the Pellegrino. It was great. I'm ready to break open the bottle and bond already. I want to jump right into it.
Can we get into let's get into some ratings here. Let's rate while we have a rate, and then we'll come back and
So nose, I'm going to give it a 2.5. I think it has a really solid nose.
yeah, super solid nose.
Yeah.
I honestly, this is the first time I've ever drank Evan Williams neat without mixing it with anything. So
Look at this hybrid laying down. So it's there's 2 paws on your leg,
Yeah.
and 2 paws on my leg.
It's like
hey man,
straddling,
she's a
straddling
happy
legs.
camper.
Yeah.
I agree with that. I'm gonna give I'm gonna give the nose a 3. I think it's a great nose.
Okay.
I find it to be really welcoming, and for the viewers, they probably noticed I've just had my nose in it the whole time. It's really enjoyable. It really refreshing, like a refreshing nose, something I want to keep.
So Redbeard's asking on the age statement. So the black Evan Williams is 4 years
4
barrel
years.
aged in new charred oak barrels.
And we watched a video about their barrel. First of all, they are
Intense.
hardcore Coopersmiths. They
Yeah.
make barrels like you wouldn't believe, and they do a really good job of it. They have a real process.
Check out their website. Do a quick Google Evan Williams. They have like 4 quick videos on their process. They're like 30-second
It
videos.
was cool.
You see the barreling, the bottling, the fermenting, the boiling of everything, and you're just like,
And the aging
this
in
is
the rick
cool.
house. You
And
get to
the
see the rick
aging,
house.
yeah, like
It's an old looking rick house.
yeah, this isn't some like, trailer park where some guy is putting this in a plastic tub. Like this is a legit 1783. is
Except for
what
we
this-
know that's fake. So a little historical research proves
Yeah.
that while they claim it's 1783, it's not. Historically, Evan Williams, who was the original Welsh distiller, who did immigrate to Kentucky and started producing bourbon, he actually on record did not come until like 1790 something, 1792, 1793. So for him to have immigrated and then begun the distilling process, it would have happened much later. So they still maintain the name as Kentucky's first distiller, but it definitely is not so old as 1783 as they would have advertised on their bottle. But, you know, potato. If we're talking about a 10-year difference in age or length, get over yourself, historian.
Yeah.
I mean, it's great. Zach, what's your nose rating on this guy?
Nose, I'll give it a 2. But I don't know. Like I like the stone fruit. I like the apple, the sweet apple to it. It's what I expect.
Okay.
I mean, and it's not an average, but it's what you would expect. Nothing that's blown you away. But I enjoy it. I enjoy the nose.
BJ, let's jump to you on the taste. What do you give it for taste?
Ooh, I'm going to fall a little bit on the taste. It's not terrible. It's not terrible.
Yep.
But it's not in my flavor profile either. Alone, I give it a 1. Mixing it gives it a lot better flavor. I mean, listen, I'm happy to drink
A
this.
1 is like bad.
Okay, fine. Then I give it a 2. It's not bad.
Okay.
But it's nothing special either. To me, there's nothing special on this.
What have we given 1s in the past, just to kind of compare?
Looking at my little book here, which we don't have a lot. BJ gave Maker's 46 Taste a 1.
There you go.
the cigarette ash.
It's ashtray water. What about early times? What did I give early times?
You gave early times Taste a 1 as well. You've been shitting these past couple episodes.
I must have caught whatever you had.
Yeah, because you were Mr. Optimist for a long time, while I was Mr. Pessimist, and now we've totally flipped. I've been super excited about all these back to basic bottles.
Well, there's some quality back to basics. All right, I'm going to give it a 1.5.
Okay.
I think that's fair, and I think that
We
Joey...
give it 2. You're going to a 1.5 now?
No, 2. Just leave it at 2. Leave it at 2.
Okay.
Joey D is going to give me so much shit in my weekly email. He always, one of our viewers, he always sends me a personalized email. Thank you, Joey D. And he's going to give me shit about my rating this week because he's going to be like, dude, what are you, a breakfast waffle? Like, pick a side. A 2.
Okay, a 2.
Yeah, a 2.
Zach, what do you got? What do you got for taste?
I'm going to give it a 2 as well.
Okay.
Another, again, it's something that you expect. It's not super good. It's not super bad. It's it's a different taste for sure. I don't know if I've ever tasted apple in a bourbon. Maybe that's why I couldn't pick that out, and that's why I was mistaking it for honey. I don't know.
I actually think we should have a pear soda with this. Because I think it is pear.
Oh,
and
good
not
idea.
apple.
Think so?
Yeah. That's what I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I will probably give, so if I was judging on taste, so I'm looking back at my early times. I gave early times a 2. I think this is just as good as early times.
This is way better than early times. At least it tastes
You
like
guys,
something.
based on your score, that's reflected in your score, but I think that this is comparable. I enjoyed early times. I gave early times a 2. I am also giving this a 2.
What did I give early times?
A 1.5.
1.5? I don't think I like.
Hey, go back and watch that early times. Talk about value. Listen, $8.99 for $7.50. You
This
get
is a way better
you get a
value.
handle for $8.99.
So that
Speaking of early times and comparing to this is early times. You drank it and it fell off. It was almost like drinking milk, right?
Yeah.
This it's got a great taste to it. It coats your tongue. The taste of bourbon doesn't just fade away immediately. You can really taste the pear apple flavor.
Yeah. So that's a great point. So let's jump right into value.
Speaking of pear apple, it is almost like an Asian pear. The pear apple. That's almost exactly the flavor. I've been sitting here trying to be like, it tastes like something. I think it does taste like that.
So Barn Door has a really good question, and I always ask myself this too when I'm at a liquor store. You have to wonder. So he says you have to wonder if it costs, or I don't know, male or female. They say you have to wonder. It costs $9 after liquor store markup. Then how much does it actually cost to produce?
Oh yeah.
And that they
Good
still make a
question.
profit. I bet they make $2 to $3 a bottle. 30-ish% markup is standard for.
Before shipping.
That's standard.
So they're probably making $3 a
Remember,
bottle.
this is the number 2 selling whiskey in the United States. So
I would.
they're not worried about making a profit from quality. They're definitely profiting from quantity.
Yeah, I would say $4-ish, $3 to $4 a bottle they're making. 30 to 50% markup.
Okay.
I think wholesale, and you got to remember if it's a 3-tier system like it is here in Nevada, like one of those third tier, whatever, those distributors are going and picking up like a metric F-ton of that stuff, and they're getting a great price, I'm sure.
Yeah, absolutely. Wholesale pricing,
wholesale,
right?
deep wholesale pricing, like, and I'm sure over Vegas this is pretty popular. I would assume.
And that's going to be everywhere.
That, I believe that.
I mean, this isn't just at Total Wine. I mean, you can pick this at Walmart.
7-Eleven,
It's everywhere.
Circle K, Walmart.
It's everywhere.
It's
It's
available
everywhere.
everywhere, yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, quantity is definitely the reason why they're making money.
So
Alright,
value, it's easily a 3 for me. I mean, for a $9 bottle of bourbon, Kentucky bourbon, Trail bourbon, Heaven Hill product for $9, this is probably the
Easy.
best value in bourbon that you can get.
you
That
said
tastes good.
I'm giving it a 3.
It's
I have
simple.
nothing else to say.
I have nothing else to
agree with
say.
what you just said.
I'm going to go with you guys. 3. For a $9 bottle of bourbon, like I will probably go and buy one of these.
No, this is a everyday bourbon to have on your shelf. Have people over. This is a great introduction to bourbon. So this is one of those bourbons I feel as if I had if I had a friend come over and they're like, "Oh, you guys do a bourbon show, you big bourbon heads, whatever. Can I try something?" Obviously, when that friend comes over, you're not going to go break out a bottle of Pappy or something or some 70% Blanton's straight, single barrel, straight from the barrel, whatever. You can go reach for this, something that's 40-ish% alcohol, something in the 80 proof range, 90 proof range. That'll be perfect for them. This, I think, is a great intro. You mix this with a little bit of Coke, Diet Coke, whatever your preference is, solid.
Yeah, that's the thing, is this is the perfect bourbon to throw out at a party and let people go to town.
Yeah.
I think you can buy handles of this for $19.
Think about this. You're not taking some fancy bottle to a party. Well, I hope you're not.
Well, you should.
Kind of party.
We've talked about
Depends if
this.
it's like a no pants party or it's a bourbon party.
If it's a BYOB, you should definitely bring this because you know someone's going to steal one.
Absolutely.
Steal that.
Exactly. So that gave it a. So our total scores here. So for nose, we gave it a 7.5.
Okay.
Is our total. Taste, we gave it a 6, and value, we gave it a 9. Are there any blown away bonuses out there? I'm tempted.
I'm not.
Okay, I'm tempted based on value alone.
That's fine.
But I'm not going to give it a blown away bonus.
No blown away bonus for me. I
Yeah.
mean, it's got to be something that really.
You know,
that I'm going to remember.
I feel like I
Hold on.
couldn't stand
Based
up.
on what just happened, blown away bonus has to be a secret, and it's going to be like Dancing with the Stars, where we have to reveal. Because I feel
We
like
hit the golden button.
you would have done it if I wouldn't have said
Yeah.
no, not for me. I feel like you would have done it.
So Redbeard says he appreciates that we review affordable whiskeys for the average Joe, but out of curiosity, what are your unicorn bottles?
Hey, Redbeard, have you watched our original 20 episodes? Because we got real yelled at for having unapproachable, unattainable whiskey.
Yeah, there was some feedback from our first couple of shows. That
Lots of feedback.
That they just weren't. They were like, "Oh, I can't even get that bottle. Why would we review it?" So just to name
Taunt me with that.
So most of the Buffalo Trace Antique Collection we have here on the shelf from 2018, 2019. Obviously some old Rip 10, some Lot B. I have all the Wellers.
Hold on. I'm going to just... Here's how I'm going to sum this up. Before you have to go on and list,
Yep.
go back and watch show number 1, which was Garrison Brothers Balmora.
Balmora. Balmora.
Which was amazing.
Balmora.
But that was our show number 1 where we were like, yeah, we're
Here's a
swinging-
$200 bourbon we're gonna throw.
We're gonna
at you.
swing some big
Well,
hits here.
sorry, Texas whiskey. Anyway, I have
Whistle Pig
store
15?
picks of Weller. No, I'm talking about like rare stuff. So I have like some Rock Hill Farms. I got the Michter's Toasted Barrels, the 10 years, the Weller 12s, some of the store pick 107s, store pick Blantons, straight from the barrel Blantons, gold label Blantons, Countless Stag Junior. Just kind of glancing. Double oak from Woodward Reserve.
So good. The
Store
double
picks.
oak.
Store picks out the wazoo. I got Old Forester single barrel.
How about that birthday bourbon?
I got birthday bourbon. I got just the 16-year.
That's the first.
We got Smoke Wagon. So we're in Vegas,
open,
right?
Yeah.
It's open.
So for those that don't know, we're in Vegas, home of Smoke Wagon whiskey.
Yeah. Are you elated yet? Because we've been pretty elated.
We have I have here, and these guys have also obtained. I have countless private barrels, and Smoke Wagon's all MGP juice. So I have 8-year, 12-year. All the private barrels that have been released in Vegas, I have at least 1 or 2 of each.
Even though we didn't like it, we have Lone Whisker. We did a Lone Whisker short. So 2,000 bottles a year. That's all they put out. 2,000 bottles a year. We definitely did. We did a Lone Whisker show.
The old Fitz 14s at the top of the shelf here.
Yep.
The Bottle and Bond Wild Turkey 17s. And I'm kind of out of breath here. So
yeah, I think we've swung our bit fast enough.
Yeah, and I have a lot of the subreddit bourbon picks. I'm a member of Single Cask Nation, so I do a lot of the Scotch stuff. I just got their latest Ben Nevis 6-year, fucking mind blowing.
Mr. 1000 says, "Now you're just bragging," and I agree.
All right.
So how about that bottled and bond? So we already said
hands.
it is. This is Evan. No, so this.
Welcome,
is,
member 1000. Bob.
Hey, Mr. 1000.
Subscriber
Cool.
1000. Cheers.
Which I know right now we don't have 1,000 subscribers, but when we did, we would really appreciate if you'd share, like, subscribe.
Yeah.
Bob Poole was our first Mr. 1000.
Yep.
Maybe you know somebody who will be our second. So this is the bottled and bond.
Okay.
It's the same Evan Williams, except this has been highly proofed up. So this is 100 proof.
So this
versus their 80 proof.
Oh wow.
So it hasn't been proofed down. So this is probably more of a
Correct.
straight from the barrel.
And as we had earlier discussed, this is bottled under strict government supervision. I like what they write on the bottle here. Bottled and bond is earned only by meeting strict government standards.
It's true.
Originally passed in 1897
There you
to
go.
ensure quality and consistency. In accordance with these standards, this bourbon is 100 proof, aged at least 4 years, and produced at single distillery within a single distillation season. So what does that mean when they say aged at least 4 years and produced at a single distillery within a single distillation season? Tell our viewers.
So that basically means that it's sourced from one distillery. So there's some garbage whiskeys out there that are blended. There's a ton of blended whiskeys, just like there's blended scotches that are just a hodgepodge of these random distilleries from like Mexico, wherever, United States, Canada, that are they just throw in a barrel and bottle and sell for the same price as this. I don't know why you would get that instead of this. Here's the thing I want to jump right into though. The nose, I don't think is as good as the Black Label.
I disagree.
Really?
It's different. It's not the same, but I think that it's just as good. Cantaloupe melon. If you cut open cantaloupe melon,
Oh,
Great
yeah.
call. Great call.
it is fresh cut cantaloupe melon.
Okay, that's a great one. It is absolutely cantaloupe.
Oh my god, it's blowing my mind.
Good call on that.
Like you walk up and there's just like a bowl of fresh cut melon.
Or honeydew. It's like
Yeah.
cantaloupe honeydew melon. It is strong.
Okay.
Does that change your nose?
Totally.
It's different. It's not the same, but it is just as good.
It's definitely it's a hot cantaloupe, and hot I mean alcohol heat. I get that ethanol burn.
Yeah, you're
in
getting
the
that
smell.
100 proof, and I think that there is like a clove, nutmeg. It's not
Stones,
cinnamon,
Yeah.
but there is like a baking spice that's really coming through on that.
But it's still super cantaloupe, super melon.
So melon. It's so melon. What do
All
you
right,
think about
melon heads, let's jump into this.
I would definitely say it's melon. I
Melon,
was
okay.
nodding my head.
that? Not as excited. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm geeking out.
You know, when it comes to, I was going to say this. When it comes to a
Yeah.
barrel proof version of the original, I usually think of it as the big brother, right? I expect, there's more alcohol, right? I expect it to be bolder. I don't know where I'm going with this.
Well, think about this though. Think about how
are you
much
not
of it.
getting bigger and bolder?
I was about to say
This is bigger and bolder.
Hear me out. Think about how much of a difference the 7% alcohol makes in this. It's wild. Like, it's a completely different.
It is wild. This is totally
Yeah.
different. It doesn't even taste.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it kind of tastes related, but it's not even in the same.
Yeah, I think the taste.
The
it-
flavor profile
yeah,
is very different.
quite a
Very
bit, yeah.
different flavor profile.
Yeah, because with something like Elijah Craig, where you go Elijah Craig and then barrel proof, it tastes the same but just thicker, bolder, but the same flavor profile. This is different.
I get so much barrel. This is so biff tannins, tons of oak.
Yeah, a lot of wood.
There's a ton of oak in this.
See, I don't,
Oaky.
Evan Williams got wood.
I don't get a lot of that.
Interesting. I don't get the burn of tannins. They're there. They're very much more present than in the first one, but there's a big prevalent oak flavor.
I'd agree with the oak. The apple flavor that was in this guy, not even present. Totally different.
So Redbeard's asking, does Bottle and Bond drink smooth? I don't think so. I think this is a lot harsher than that.
I'm liking this guy.
It's
better.
prickly.
I think.
I don't think this tastes better.
So there's a
no,
charred
I'm saying
barrel
this guy
element.
is better.
There's like a charred barrel element in this Bottled and Bond.
Yeah.
You're getting like that charcoal, but like in a good way. It's like a campfire. It's not acrid or bitter.
And you can really.
It's like
the alcohol.
smoked wood. I think that smoked pork you just made tonight would go really well with this.
Yeah.
It's a good pairing. I think
It's a
bring
good
out the flavor
barbecue.
on the outside.
So Bottle and Bond, I would definitely agree with you. I'd say it's a good barbecue
Mm-hmm.
accompaniment, for sure. Let's jump right into the nose. Zach, start us off. What do you give us on that nose of this?
Like I had mentioned earlier, it's got a melon flavor to it. That
Smell.
that cantaloupe melon flavor. Smell.
Not flavor.
That
Oh,
is-
did I say flavor? I'm sorry, my fault. Cantaloupe smell to it. You know what I was thinking? What was going on in my brain is the smell does not transition into the flavor.
You're exactly right. You're
It's
exactly
It's
right.
completely
It does
different.
not.
I'm
But
glad
yeah,
you
the
said
cantaloupe
that.
smell, yeah, definitely, absolutely. And are we doing ratings right now, or are we just?
So we're doing nose. So give us your nose rating.
So nose, I'll give it a 2.
Okay.
Not super good, not super bad, but it's different, definitely.
BJ, what do you give it for nose?
I'm giving it a 3. The nose reminds me of this salad that I used to get at the Cosmopolitan of Las Vegas. Shout out to my Cosmo peeps.
What salad?
Tell us about this salad.
It was a cantaloupe, mint, and prosciutto salad.
Tossed salad.
It was tossed salad. And I would get it at their coffee shop. It was crazy good.
Very underrated prosciutto melon.
I agree. That's a great combo.
You don't see it that often.
But it was like an herbed, minted prosciutto melon salad that was a great, just cold. And I'm getting a lot of throwback to that, especially after now that I've put it on my palate. Remember when you're taking the nose, you get that nose before you taste it, but then as you taste it, you should continue to come back to the nose. Breathe in, get your mouth going, get a little oxygen in there, really move that air around.
So
I'm
is
getting like herbed cantaloupe salad. I think it's delightful.
So for our friends out there that don't know, I went to Napa recently, and one of the sommeliers at one of the wineries we were at she said after you taste the beverage, you should open your mouth and put your head down and breathe in and out. And
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah, 100% you should.
and you'll get a different
Yeah.
like
I did not know
profile
that.
out of it. So
Hey, Jamba.
take the sip, let it linger for a minute,
And look down.
and then kind of look down.
You're
And
going to
then
be looking down at Jamba.
breathe out, like breathe in and out, nose and mouth, like, and you should get some different.
Now that's interesting. I get more of a creamy flavor profile after that sip. A little more vanilla.
You're right. You do definitely.
It creams it up. Wow. In a good way.
In a good way. So I'm gonna give it a 1.5 on the nose.
Didn't like it.
All that walk down the road.
all
to
that
just be
story.
like,
All that
yeah,
story.
I'm
for,
gonna crap on that nose.
So going to the chat here, Patrick says, Bottle and Bond is overrated, changed my mind. And then Redbeard says, try Colonel H. Taylor. That's a really good point because some of those
Yeah.
Bottle and Bonds are killer. Let's see here. 100 proof bourbons can be some very tasty drams. That is true. I'm giving it a 1.5 because I felt as if the ethanol smell was that astringent rubbing alcohol smell. And whereas it's faint in the background, to me that's a sign of a poor quality beverage, of a poor quality alcohol. When you get that rubbing alcohol astringency.
Sure.
And I get a tinge of it. Amazing cantaloupe, just like BJ said, amazing cantaloupe. That creaminess when we did the wine somm maneuver.
Really interesting.
But to me, it just, there's just that, like, I can't really give it a better rating because I get that. And that's, it is what it is. Bottled and Bond, it's got the more alcohol in it. So simple as that.
Walk us down some flavor profile action.
Taste. BJ, start on the taste here, will you?
Yeah, so the taste, as I said, very oaky. I'm giving it a 2. There's nothing super special. I like the flavor of this better than Original Evan. To me, this is a more like after a hard day's worth of work when I feel like I deserve.
A lot of purring.
Oh yeah, she's very happy.
What is that? Get some purr in the...
Get that purr. She held it until you moved it.
Giving it a 2.
So I'm giving it a 2. I think it's really good. I actually like this. And it to me, this tastes like what I'm after a hard day's work when I'm like, I deserve a bourbon. I worked hard. I busted my ass today. I deserve something that says I accomplished life. And Bottled and Bond gives me that flavor, but it doesn't give me that like lush gold standard I'm a millionaire. So it gets a 2.
It sounds like you may be drinking for effect when you say that.
I want effect with a kick in the teeth. Bottled and Bond.
You're
Effect
like,
with kick in the
let's
teeth.
make this happen.
It's a donkey kick to the mouth.
So Zach, with that being said, what do you give your taste score?
I'm gonna give it a 2. I was thinking 1.5, but
So you gave Early Times 1.5 for taste.
oh, okay. So
There was no taste.
yeah, I know that was the absence of taste. So with the Evan Williams Bottled and Bond, I will give it a 2. I'm not super crazy about the flavor. It's very oaky. It's very oaky, but I get a lot of pepper.
Who is that creature?
I'll tell you stories about that later.
Uh-oh.
But I love that it's Old Scout. Listen,
Do you have a new animal?
Hold on.
We gotta show.
but
Time out.
No, we're shitting
Well,
on Zach's rating.
Okay, what did he give it?
We're
A 2?
shitting
I
on his rating.
give it a 2.
All right.
But why?
So the reason why, you get the oaky taste. I'm getting a lot of pepper, and it tastes like it's like a campfire in my mouth.
It's campfirey.
I'm not super crazy about it, but it's not bad.
All right. So can you show the camera?
Yes.
Old Scout?
Yeah. Let me see if I can
So
get
first
this
of all,
on
a
camera.
shout out to our friends at Coorey's Fine Wine and Spirits
So this was a text I got while we're doing our reviews
from a viewer.
From a viewer.
But I know who that cat is. That cat is Buzz Lightyear. And the reason I'm shouting out to Coorey's, has nothing to do with anything except for when Coorey's put out that they had Old Scout coming in, which I imagine that's where.
But this is a liquor lineup pick, by the way.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, I'm just saying, Coorey's in their social, they put out Old Scout with a picture of their cat. And so I find it enjoyable that we got that picture of Old Scout with Buzz Lightyear, the cat.
We got what do you call it? Early time. We got Jumbo with the Early Times last week.
Yeah, that
Yeah,
was
we
a
did.
good- that was a
What
good
we'll do
pick.
is, for our pre-show, we'll start getting pictures with Jamba in bottles. I'm sure that'll get us a lot of likes.
You know,
I'll
we
get
should-
that on the Insta.
We should just get a barrel pick, buy a bottle, and then put Java's face on it.
Oh, dude.
Our first
Immortalized.
Our
Immortalized Java.
Holy shit. I love that.
our first barrel buddies.
That is it.
Barrel
That's the picture.
Java's
Yeah.
face.
Bourbon cat.
Bourbon Cat.
Jamba.
Hashtag Bourbon Cat.
I
I'm
like
for it.
I like that. The name of the whiskey should be
Bourbon Cat.
hashtag Bourbon
Hashtag
Cat.
Yeah.
Bourbon Cat. And it's just Jamba's face. I'll
Yeah.
get it on a sticker.
But I want it to be like a pissed off version of Java's face, like really mean mug.
I'll put her in front of the mirror.
No, never put Jabba in front of the
She
mirror.
does not like her shadow.
We're like, no, I didn't get the shot. Put her back in front of the mirror.
No, that's how you get cut up. All right, James.
My taste, my flavor, rank out of 3, I am going to give this a 1.5. I felt as if I liked the black label better.
That's fine.
I thought that it had... No, let me take that back. They both don't have a lot of complexity, 3 to 5 smells that you can easily taste, flavors that you can pick out. I just prefer the lower proof version. Like I said, I think that astringent alcohol is carrying over a little bit into the taste, which I'm not a big fan of.
Zach, can you go get us another Pellegrino? Because I want to now.
More Pellegrino.
I now want to cut the bottled and bond.
Shame on you for drinking.
What about a regular?
And just get a regular water. I want to cut this because I think that will change your position.
Negative.
It is what it is. It's written in the books. It's fine now, but I think it will change your position. We got any chat action?
Well, so it looks like they're going back and forth in the chat about Bottle and Bond being overrated or not being overrated. So my thing with Bottle and Bond is you got to remember there comes a point where like the human palate can only take so much alcohol, right? Like straight up percentages of alcohol. So I'm in the side of I like lower proof. There's very few high proof bourbons and whiskeys that I just go nuts over, and not to be like a big fanboy here, but like Blanton's straight from the barrel is so good, and that comes in anywhere from like 65 to 70%, where it's just like OMG.
We just like to let you know that if you're a Blanton's fan and you don't know what we're talking about the Blanton's Gold that you cannot buy in the United States.
Straight from the barrel, not
America.
gold. Straight from the barrel.
Can you buy that in America?
Show. No, you can't. You can't buy either of them.
I'd say neither of them are sold in America.
No, gold just got released, I think, in the United States 2020, but of course, secondary flies off the shelves, no one's getting it.
Yeah.
Unless you want to pay $400 or $500.
I've always been of the mindset, so to go into the chat a little bit, I've always been in the mindset that Bottled and Bond is just a way for us to pay more for whiskey. This is like a designation we're paying for that doesn't necessarily improve what we're drinking.
So Redbeard's right on the money here. Elijah Craig Barrel Proof A120 is 68%, and we love.
I haven't had A120. Have you had A120?
I have not had A120. So we have, my favorite is B520, which is right behind Zach.
B19 was my favorite.
Or B519, is that it? What's that? See that Elijah Craig Barrel Proof?
It's the best one.
What edition is that? It's right in front of you. Look straight ahead.
This
Elijah
is
Craig.
2 small batches.
No, right in front of you. It's literally right. Reach your hand out and you'll touch the Elijah Craig Barrel Proof.
That is small batch. Oh, there it is. Oh, I didn't see the bottom. sorry. The label was below.
Is that a B519?
This is a B519.
Yeah, that's my favorite.
Can we get into that?
I think I have an open one.
Okay, good. Because 519 to me is the best.
This is my favorite barrel proof.
It's the best
by the
one.
way.
It's the best one.
I mean, for the money and for the taste and
Agreed.
everything, and then when you compare it to the small batch,
It's
the big brother of the small batch, and it's so awesome to compare.
Subscriber 1000 said he sent you a hashtag Bourbon Cat text.
Oh,
So just an FYI.
excuse me.
Yeah, Redbeard's that B519 is amazing.
It's
so here's the thing. You cut this, and I don't like it any better.
I actually hate it.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's like watered down whiskey.
What do we got here? Oh, look at this! We gotta put this on the. We got another one.
Another bourbon cat.
Another bourbon cat.
There we go. We got it into focus.
Look at that with Evan Williams. That's the barrel select, right?
Yeah, that's the single barrel or the barrel select.
Or, yeah, I think it is single barrel. The black wax top.
We're one of
I'm
these
gonna
days.
tell you, Mr. 1000. He's got a mouth for the bourbon. In fact, he just sent me. I'm gonna have to look in there.
Is that in the cat's bed?
Yeah, it's in the cat's bed. It's where it should be.
Oh, that's great. I love it.
He just got gifted this, the Nika coffee grain.
Yeah, Nika coffee grain is really solid.
Big
very
deal.
Good.
That's a big deal whiskey.
That's good. It's very good.
So I hope you enjoyed that. That was a tasty treat. Yeah, I actually don't like adding the water. Cutting this has made it worse. I thought adding a little water to Evan made it sweeter. This just makes it taste watered down.
Yeah,
And,
watered down.
Alcoholic, watered down.
Not a fan.
Just not good. Not good. So I don't change my taste. So for value, I'm gonna give it a 2 because I don't think that. Or wait, what's the price on this?
Oh yeah.
You don't know, but I'm going to tell you.
Double, $15, $18.
It is $14.99.
So almost
for a $7.50.
twice as much for half as much flavor.
$8.99.
Yeah,
$14.99.
it's a 1. I give it a 1 for value. Then.
No, you can't give that a 1.
A 1.5.
No, you can't.
Yeah,
do
I
that.
can give it a 1.5. I can give it whatever I want. It's my
James.
rating. It gets a 1.5.
I'm going to hear all about this from Joey D.
It gets
We're
a
not
1.5.
we're not being objective.
You were not the boss of him.
It gets a 1.5, and I'm going to tell you why right now. When I can go spend $9 and have something that tastes twice as good as this,
Well, then we're getting back into that whole argument, which is Subway, a $5 footlong is a good value, except for a $5 footlong tastes like garbage. So is that value?
but we're comparing literally apples to apples here. So we're comparing the exact same bourbon that just has a higher alcohol percentage. It's not proof down as
Correct.
much.
What did I give Black Label Evan value?
You gave the value a 3. We all gave it a 3.
Then I'm giving the White Label a 2. Because
Okay.
I want to know where else you could go buy a bottled and bond whiskey of any kind.
That's
Of this quality. Heaven Hill Juice.
That's a great statement. But hear me out.
So I
It's
don't
not
disagree with
good.
you.
It doesn't taste good. So
I agree with you. I don't like it as much, so
Right.
I'd rather spend my money on Black Label.
Exactly.
But that doesn't depreciate the value of being able to go buy a bottled and bond 100 proof whiskey for $14.99.
and that warrants your 2 rating.
I'm giving it a 2.
Okay.
It's not. It's technically should be a 3. Technically, it should be. That's a good value.
If it was a 3, then it would have tasted exactly like that at a higher proof.
Well, it
and
would
it
have tasted
doesn't.
it would have tasted as enjoyable. It can't be the same, otherwise it's just Black Label with a white
Okay,
label.
it would have tasted as enjoyable.
It would have
but
tasted
obviously doesn't.
I agree. No,
So it's
there,
not a
there we
3.
go.
It's not
We
a
found that. We found that agreeable line. I agree with that wholeheartedly. 2 for the value, because I agree with you. I think it's better money spent on original
Hands
Evan
down, at
for
half the price.
flavor for everything.
At half the price.
That's a better value than getting all geeked out over bottle.
My 1.5, BJ's 2. Zach, what do you give it for value?
I'm gonna give it a 2. So we gave this guy a 3. I mean, it was an amazing bourbon. I enjoyed it, even with the cut. I mean, you could taste the flavors. It smelled great. The bottled and bond, I was really, really hoping that it would be this guy's big brother, but it just didn't turn out to be that way.
It wasn't. No.
This I would buy in the store. This over here I would not.
So what do you?
Hold on. Let me ask you this question. I'm going to play devil's advocate for just a minute. Let's say both bottles were $20.
Ooh, okay.
Both bottles, $20.
black?
Black.
I mean, like yeah, because I mean, I guess if you're drinking for effect, the bottled and bond, but I don't know. I mean,
So Barn Door says you can spend $5 more and get a Wild Turkey 101.
yeah,
Good
exactly,
point.
yeah,
Great point.
dude.
You've
And I
watched that-
love it. Go on.
I'm sorry.
No,
I stepped
go on.
all over you.
No, you're right.
Keep
You're
going.
right. Yeah, if you know what, no, you go.
I'm just going to say, if you've watched that Wild Turkey 101 show, we liked Wild Turkey
We loved
101.
Yeah,
we
it
were
was amazing.
surprised. It was so good. Tons of good spearmint,
Oh yeah.
good complexity. It doesn't last long. It falls off pretty quick.
But it was solid.
But it was a solid pick.
Yeah.
But we were all like, even like pre-show Wild Turkey. James had asked. He goes, "Okay, hey, I got a bottle. You guys get this, and this.
Yep.
Anything but 101, right?" And so we got the little dudes
We
of
got the little
101,
guys.
and I was like, "Okay, we're going back to college here." Whoop! Wow, it actually tasted good.
Very
You know, I was
surprising.
expecting it to taste like dog shit, but it is damn good.
Borderline blown away bonus worthy.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But
So this.
only bonus because of how shockingly good it was.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
shockingly good. So this, for as far as a blown away bonus, absolutely not. Any of you want to give it a blown away bonus? All right.
Nay.
I'm pulling up my Dancing with the Stars and saying no.
So yeah, I mean, there you have it. There's our scores. So that's Evan Williams. We obviously gave the Evan Williams Black a higher score,
Much better.
and it was really solid. So
That was a good pick. All right, so we've got Evan next week.
what are we doing next week?
Jameson.
Jameson.
We are doing Jamie.
An Irish. That doesn't go with the show. We
A,
need to take it off.
it's back to basics. B,
That's-
it's St. Patrick's Day next week.
That's a good one.
Okay.
We could do picklebacks.
Yeah, but how about no? Stop.
No, you're right. We should do Jamie. Anything you gotta drink a pickleback
Why-
to get the flavor out of your mouth.
I'm bringing pickled juice. Because you're gonna go, wow, this is actually good. Have you guys ever done picklebacks
I have.
before?
It's enjoyable.
Yeah.
It's enjoyable.
Yeah, you're like, I can drink it forever. Holy shit.
Something about taking. So Jamie just tastes like barf with alcohol.
It's
But
not
then-
even on our list of back to basics.
No, I know it's not. What's on our list?
I don't want to go to the list. I'm going to say this much. I think we should just do an Irish whiskey.
That's Jamie.
That's not Jameson. I'm thinking Redbreast. I say we do a Redbreast.
You have been very excited, but that's
Yes.
not a back to basic. You can't just go into the store and get a red breast.
Yeah, you can. You can get a Redbreast 12-year for pretty much at any liquor store.
Come on.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Why don't we get some feedback in the chat? What do you guys think? Should we do a Jameson next week or should we do
Jameson Black.
Redbreast?
Jameson Black. Yo, tell them we're due.
Oh, Tully? We're not doing
I love Tully.
Please, chat.
I love Tully.
Tullamore Dew, Redbreast, or what was the other one?
Jamie.
Jameson. Christ. Please, in the chat, tell us what you guys want.
You know, on the Insta,
Like this
I'm
thing.
pretty sure you can put down, you can create
What's our Insta again?
the Barrel Buds.
We have
At
the Barrel Buds, not
the
those
Barrel
assholes,
Buds.
but at the Barrel Buds.
No, because Barrel Buddies is locked down by some dudes that have like 3 posts and some private account.
Wait, was
And
that
their
like
last-
the gin tasters or something?
No. Their last post was like 7 years ago.
Hey, at the Barrel Buddies, get out of the way, man.
Yeah,
and I'm pretty sure that you
just
can
delete
put,
your account and let us.
You can do
take it
surveys
over.
on Insta. I could put up a survey.
Good.
We could also get some feedback in the chat.
Yeah, would you like to go to our Instagram and check out at the Barrel Buds for our survey?
It'll tell you every time that we've got a show. You got funny pictures.
So,
you got fun stuff.
Barndoor says, and I love this. Does Evan Williams get any extra points for fitting perfectly in a brown paper bag?
And then you twist it at the top too.
Can you imagine? You're just walking around like this.
Well, it's got that perfectly. It's that handle that you just grab. There's a reason that neck is perfect to fit in a hand.
I'll tell you when I've had enough.
I'll let you know if I smell like whiskey.
So we got some feedback in the chat. So Patrick says red spot or green spot, which is a great Irish whiskey representation. Bob, our 1,000 subscriber pool, says Tully, and Barndoor says Redbreast 12. So we're kind of across the board here.
I think you, Mr. 1000. I love Tully. I think Tully is
Tully's
very
trash.
drinkable.
It's so
It's-
bad.
Well, it depends. If you get it out of the glass, yes. But if you get it out of the clay bottle, much better.
I've had neither, so I'm excited for both.
So Tully is basically like Cuddy.
I
If you want a Cuddy Sark. So if you want to draw similarities,
Wrong! Cuddy Sark is a scotch.
I'm like,
it's
It's a scotch.
It's in the same family of teas.
And I love Cuddy and Coke.
Redbeard's gotta go. See you, Redbeard. See you, bud.
Thanks for joining us.
thank you.
We're gonna put it up for a vote on the Instagram.
Yeah, check us out at The Barrel Buds on Instagram.
Follow us over there.
Please like, subscribe on
Yep.
Instagram.
Yeah, we'll get that up
And-
tomorrow.
Yeah,
Immediately.
perfect. And
So
then
that way we
don't
get a
forget,
full week.
like and subscribe on here. It costs nothing. We appreciate it. We need it to monetize. We're still not making money doing this.
Yeah.
And if we want to,
But we're doing it for you.
Yeah.
Right.
Money comes in, we get bottles.
That's the thing. All the money that we would ever make off this will just go right back into bottles.
We
So
got day
appreciate-
jobs.
We do. And we appreciate the like and the subscribe. And that's all I got. I mean,
That's it.
is there anything else? We'll figure out next week's show based
Great
on
show.
based on the results of the
Yeah.
poll.
Yep.
And I'm really excited about a Jamba barrel pick.
Oh, I'm so dude.
I'm
Bourbon Cat.
imagining
Big
a
deal.
T-shirt right now that says Bourbon Cat at the Barrel
Bourbon
Buds.
Cats.
Hashtag Bourbon Cats.
Okay.
Maybe that's what we call our followers. We've been calling them fellow barrel buddies, but maybe
The
it's
Bourbon
like-
Cats.
we don't
Oh,
call them,
yeah,
like,
I love
hey,
it.
it's the Bourbon
Hey,
Cat.
What's up, Bourbon Cats?
What up, Bourbon
Cats.
Cats?
We're the Barrel Buddies.
No.
Kind of like that.
No. We just got so tragged. We lost subscribers. That's
Yeah.
all right.
They're like unsubscribed.
People are leaving in mass.
Yeah.
We
Oh,
are
man,
off the
don't
rails.
call us cats.
Well, welcome. Thank you for joining us for this episode of the Barrel Buddies.
I'm James.
I'm Zach.
And I'm BJ. Good night.
Good night. Drink well, be well.
Jump, get out of here.
Chomp was all excited.
Oh, look at this. She's like, don't shut off the show yet.